A real trainer would have always believed in the Umamusume's ability to win. When Simbili Rudolph said this to Kitahara, the camera cartoon scenes of Cell's heroine inspired by the real-life racehorse Norse Hero, along with the three Umamusume, Norn, Rudy, and Minnie. In real life, Norse Hero was more of a side character in other horses' stories, with a record of more defeats than wins. Yet, despite of this, his trainer never abandoned the trust his Umamusume placed in him and continued to believe in her, just like Norn, Rudy, and Minnie's trainer. Kitahara, however, was shown avoiding this kind of trust and partnership, which was sharply pointed out by the emperor. The Oguri Cap plush was an additional detail to a real-life plush which spread like wildfire, selling 1.6 million units within a year and bringing in over 6 billion yen of profit. Before the race began, Simbili Rudolph was concentrating on Oguri Cap's expressions, while Maluzanski, on the other hand, had all her attention on Fujimasa March. In the manga, she even wondered if she had met March before, but this is actually a hidden Easter egg referencing her race against March Tosho's father, Prince Toko, in the 1977 1800-meter Nippon Tenpa show, where Maluzanski went by 7 horse lengths, leaving Prince Toko in the background as a distant second.
やはり強いんだ、やはり強い。外を通ってプレストーコーとインタースペンサー、人気馬の2番手争い。もうマルゼンスキーの勝利は間違いないでしょう。完全な横綱相撲です。先頭はマルゼンスキーが先頭です。あと10メーターでゴール板前を通過。今ゴールイン2着にプレストーコ。
Later November that year, Prince Toko won the 3,000-meter Kikukasho, becoming the first gray horse to win a Japanese classic race. The Gold Junior race held on January 10, 1988 was Oguri Cap's final race at Kasamatsu. The track was muddy due to the rain the previous day. Near the end of the race, Kitahara finally decided to let go of Oguri Cap as he struggled to reach the front of the pack, even hitting his nose and causing a nosebleed. This is a reference to the first encounter when Kitahara also fell and suffered a nosebleed. At the final moment of the race, Oguri Cap turned her head around to look at Kitahara. It was a really touching and emotional scene, but I wonder if it would really happen in the real race. So I look back at the original race and surprisingly learned that Oguri Cap's jockey Ando Kazumi actually did look back after gaining a big lead. That race also ended up being the last time Ando and Oguri Cap partnered on the track, marking the end of a special chapter in both of their careers.
そして白いハロープリンセスも行きますが、ハロープリンセス遅れました。先頭は6番のオグリキャップ、そしてその後は9番ゴーリー。
Another small detail is that in the manga, Oguri Cap has always been referring to Kitahara by using katakana. However, after the race, she started calling his name using kanji. Maybe it also meant that they've gotten closer after the race. For the fans that play the Umamusume Pretty Derby video game, many of you probably already noticed that Oguri Cap has a different hairstyle in the Cinderella series. However, after the Gold Junior race, her hair has returned to her classic look in the game. Kitahara-jo's character is mainly inspired by 3 people: Oguri Cap's owner, Oguri Koichi, Oguri Cap's jockey, Ando Kazumi, and Oguri Cap's trainer, Sumi Masao. In real life, Oguri Cap's owner Oguri Koichi refused to sell Oguri Cap at first, but having multiple conversations with Sahashi Isao, he later decided to sell the horse to him for 20 million yen back in January of 1988. One of the main reasons why Oguri Koichi agreed to the transfer was that none of his team members held a JRA Central license. For the sake of Oguri Cap, Oguri Koichi agreed on the transfer but refused to let anyone change Oguri Cap's name. However, not everyone was on board with the transfer. Oguri Cap's trainer Sumimasa strongly disagreed with the decision and grew bitter after the owner Oguri Koichi let go of Oguri Cap, as it meant that his long-cherished hope of winning the Tokai Derby was gone. After the Gold Junior race, Sumi even refused to join a commemorative photo with the other staff. Still, despite the conflict, Sumimasa deeply cared for Oguri Cap and attended nearly every race he competed in. 1 year after Oguri Cap was transferred to the JRA Central Racing Circuit, Oguri Koichi obtained his own central owner license. He later went on to win the Grade 1 Okasho with Oguri Cap's younger sister, Oguri Roman.
外からはオグリローマンが先頭か。ツインクルブライド、オグリローマンゴールイン並んでいます。オグリローマンツインクルブライド。
Meanwhile, Oguri Cap's jockey Ando Kazumi finally passed the JRA jockey license exam 13 years later. By the time he became a full JRA jockey, Oguri Cap had already retired, and the two of them never got a chance to race together again. Let's see if side games will change the story and give us a happy ending in the anime series. Fujimasa March is probably one of the most tragic characters introduced in the show. Thanks to the popularity of the Cinderella Gray series, she has gained a lot of recognition from it. However, her real-life counterpart never achieved the same level of fame. Oguri Cap's historical race record at Kasamatsu was 12 races with 10 wins. The only 2 losses came in 800-meter sprints, both affected by a slow start from the gate, with both defeats handed by March Tosho. Just like in the Cinderella Gray series, March Tosho has been trained at a high level from a young age and was entered into races early as he was considered precautious. Perhaps because of this, his peak came unusually early and did not last long. After competing in races such as Tokai Derby and the Gift Okan Show, he was retired and spent the rest of his life as a riding horse in the Race Horse Club. Oguri Cap retired in 1990 and passed away in 2010, but March Tosho was still seen alive in 2011. In a way, March did keep her promise by outliving Oguri Cap. After transferring to the Central, Musa Kagengiro, nicknamed Lope, officially became Oguri Cap's new trainer. His character is based on Oguri Cap's real-life trainer, Sedoguchi Tsutomu. So, how will Oguri Cap perform in the Central? Stay tuned and we'll go over the next episode together. Thanks again for watching to this video. Please leave a like, subscribe, and share if you enjoyed it. Once again, your voices is my motivation. I'll see you guys next time.